All right, next up we have for our next award winner here, I want to introduce Tatum Treadwell. Tatum is from Dell Technologies. Tatum, talk a little bit about of Dell Expert Network and also with the award that Dell presented at the recent MSP Titans Gala.
Yeah, honestly, it was amazing to be a part of that event. It was so cool. I came in as a last minute attendee for Dell. So I was very honored to be there. When it came to coming up with the award, the name of the how and why, the name is pretty self-explanatory. The Dell Expert Network Top MSP Award. So obviously, our program is for MSPs. There are two separate programs here at Dell. We have the Dell Partner Program, which are MSPs who focus on reselling Dell hardware, and then us, which is a little bit of a different value prop. Instead of reselling Dell hardware, you kind of refer them to your clients. And Scott is one of our members. We wanted to create this award because we feel that our top MSPs in the Dell Expert Network just needed to be recognized. And it's not often that our members and MSPs in general get the recognition that they deserve for the work that they do. That's why the event was so awesome, kind of getting to see everyone feel appreciated and kind of feel the love in the industry as well. I see how much like MSPs do for the small and medium businesses in their communities. And in turn, their success goes into the success of the greater community and the greater whole. So yeah, it was really just about honoring MSPs and like letting their hard work be noticed. Yeah.
Yeah, so talk a little bit about just briefly, high level, the difference, the Dell Expert Network that I know you really focus on versus the Dell Partner Program, and how was Scott chosen for this award? Kind of what was that criteria for the award, and what has he done with that program?
Main difference, I would say, is in the Dell Partner Program. Those are MSPs who do a lot of reselling hardware, and that's kind of their bread and butter. They're tax exempt resellers. But for us, we kind of have a different business model in the Dell Expert Network. Instead of them reselling to their clients and having to deal with all of the back end procurement process, the way it kind of works is they offload that and having their clients buy direct through Dell. And through the partner program, they get rewarded for referring their clients. With that being said, we chose Scott with Impact Technology Group to be the winner of the Dell Expert Network Top MSP Award because his amazing success and the amount of clients he's referred. He has been absolutely fantastic. And we really just wanted to thank him for being a valuable Dell customer and an amazing member of the Dell Expert Network. So getting to meet Scott and his wife Co at the event, it really did just kind of prove the fact that we chose the right person. Scott was amazing. Co is amazing. Scott, you got to let her know she's not watching.
She's watching.
But yeah, just being a great example of our brand at Dell and kind of everything in between. So yeah.
Well, Scott, welcome on to this event here. Congratulations on that award. When you look at it of something of getting an award from an iconic technology company like Dell, that's a major accomplishment here, and it really shows of the growth of what you're doing in your MSP business. Talk a little bit about of how you approach the hardware side of things in your MSP business. They are utilizing the Dell Expert Network.
Yeah, so we started this business back in 2002, spun off as Impact Technology Group in 2006. And from the very beginning, we stayed vendor agnostic. And we have been through many vendors. It takes time to evaluate vendors and figure out what's going to be the best fit for your team. And Dell has just been one of those consistent vendors we've stuck with throughout the years. We have had clients, of course, that have liked other vendors, and we go that way, but most of the time we're pushing it through Dell. We know how to work through the support channel. And we were part of the MSP program when that was around for Dell years and years ago. So we like that. And then when the Dell Expert Network came around, and we would have a dedicated Dell rep that we work with day in, day out, and a team of experts behind them that we could rely on for solution development. it made it an easy choice to stick with Dell for the hardware procurement for most of our clients.
Right. So when you're doing this and looking at it for your business, or maybe talk with me a little bit about your business. What does your team look like? Where are you located at? And
Sure.
talk a little bit about the growth that you've had over the last few years.
Yeah, so we're based out of Birmingham, Alabama. There's been a lot of acquisitions going around here with the MSP market. So the market has really opened up for smaller MSPs like ourselves. We work in the professional services realm, medical, financial. We have construction related, but most of those are going to be like your engineering firms. So we do everything from break fix to strategic planning. I've heard a lot of people talking about how important it is to have your QBRs, meeting with the clients, making sure everything's going well from their perspective, putting together those budgets. We do everything from A to Z for our clients in this area. But most of our clients are focused here. When we started the company, had a heavy focus on customer service. We put our team first, I will say that, but second, right behind that would be our customers, and our customers are very important, and we want to have a strong relationship with them. So all of our clients are based here in Birmingham or within an hour drive.
Yeah, so you've had really good success, obviously. Being awarded with this award from Dell were a phenomenal success over the last few years. What advice or strategies do you have for those that are watching in today that you can share that has led to that phenomenal success in your business?
Well, my team comes first, obviously. They've been a very important part of this and handling the customer service aspect, communicating with the clients properly. But behind that, most of our growth has come from building relationships with vendors. Some of the vendors don't do what we do. They may resell internet circuits or something like that. Build those relationships with multiple, lean on them for referrals, lean on your clients for referrals, and treat everybody with respect. And it doesn't matter if they're like the receptionist or they're the C-level. Make sure they're taken care of. Do what you have to do to take care of them, and if there's an issue, we'll address it on the back end.
Yeah, and with the Dell Expert Network, it's a little bit different program than the partner program there. Talk about why you chose that route and have really stuck with that route in your business as it's grown. What is it doing for you to be able to enable with your employees and your clients to do better work?
Well, again, it goes back to the relationship with our sales rep, Caleb Dunn. He is fantastic. And then the team behind them. If we want to build out infrastructure or we need help design, we have a whole team at Dell we can lean on to get that. We also have tools that are supplied through the Dell Expert Network, like Live Optics. Live Optics will allow you to go in and do a analysis of the environment, size everything out for you. And then we go back to our Dell reps and put the plan together to get the ball rolling.
Tatum, maybe talk a little bit about that tool there. That sounds interesting as a strategic tool for MSPs.
Yeah, so we use it a lot for VMware analysis. So if we need to build out an infrastructure for a client that's got 20, 30 VMs, it will help us determine the sizing from an IOPS standpoint for the SAN. It'll give us the sizing for the host, what we need to look at. It'll also give us the bottlenecks, so we can figure out what might not have enough resources today and what we need to look at implementing to make things better for our clients.
I think Scott said it perfectly. And this is a free tool that we give our MSPs who are joining the program. There's a few other things, kind of like Tech Direct, that allows you to do support tickets on your end users and clients' behalf, so they don't have to go through the annoying support system, because we know support can be hit or miss. But luckily, we also, I would say, a benefit to the MSPs is with our services like Pro Support Plus. So it kind of offloads some of that stress from the MSP, like knowing that their systems have Dell Pro Support and can, next day, if they can't figure out what's broken, Dell will send them a new laptop in a day or two. So I think that was one of the things just making sure that everything is taken care of and trying to offload some of the stress from the MSPs is our main focus.
Awesome. As Scott, as you look into 2025, what do you see for you in the Birmingham market as being your top areas and strategies for growth this next year?
I mean, we're wide open already, and it hadn't even started next year. So we've got a fairly large pipeline that we're already working through. But just continuing to build relationships with people in Birmingham, working on sales and marketing, getting our name out there more. We joined a peer group this year, so we're going through True Peer, and just bouncing ideas off each other, doing some more strategy stuff on the business side. So just continuing to talk to people, meet people.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's been in multiple different peer groups. That's a commonality, and I know coming up in our next interview, it's going to be a commonality as well, of something of a success factor. What do you see as being? You mentioned the pipeline that you've got built up. What's working for you right now in the market to be able to build that pipeline? Is that new customer acquisition? Is that expanding existing customers? What's really working for you?
Yeah, it's new customer primarily. All the MSPs out there have the same tool set they can go evaluate and look at. It's really choosing the right partner to work with. Past that, you have to stand out as an MSP through your relationships with people. And we put the people first. We want to be there. We want to have a response time about 15 minutes, no more, just so they know that there's a live person behind the ticket. And just taking care of them and showing up at their office and building those relationships in person. And I mean, that's what it's all about. Again, most MSPs have the same tool sets.
Yeah, I mean that's a great key with it, of being not being sight unseen there for your clients, and making sure that they know that you're around and available, even if you're doing so much of it behind the scenes there, that they know of who you are, and they know that personality, because they then can refer out that business. They can make sure that they're an advocate for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Well, anything else that you want to share with us today, Scott, before we get wrapped up?
No. I mean, I think that's about it. I've heard a lot of the interviews so far today, and they've pretty much mirrored everything we've talked about, and then some. So it seems like a repeat or commonality of what the top MSPs are doing to get where they're going.
Awesome.
And that's a thanks to a lot of Robin's events that she hosts, and she kind of gives everyone the proper tools. So shout out to y'all's team. Y'all are doing awesome.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you, Tatum. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate you taking the time today.